some of you have really heavy pockets of rain out there as we speak. Let's get straight to First Alert meteorologist Marla Branson. Marla, this is here to stay today. Tomorrow, the search for missing Aner woman Angie Pipkin continues. SLED is using a helicopter to map out the areas around the Great PD River where dozens will be searching this weekend. WMBF News reporter Alex Holly explains just how important that search is in this case. We've got new details this morning on a mom who led police on a chase with her young child in the car right next to her. Police say they tried to pull over 34-year-old Aubrey Coy after she took off with her daughter during a supervised custody visit. They now believe she was on cocaine when she drove off, flipping officers the middle finger and not stopping when officers laid stop sticks down on the ground. She eventually came to a stop in Michigan when those rims literally fell off her car. Happening today, SCDOT having some big discussions about I-73, and it could end up costing you more down the road. WMBF News reporter Alex Holly is live with more on the latest effort today to make that interstate project a reality.
Not only is it going to be chilly, but it's also going to be quite windy. We're talking 15 to 20 mile per hour wind speeds, gusts in the 25 to 30 mile per hour range.
So unless you like the exfoliation of being blasted with sand, we suggest maybe not.
Right. And
this is such a sweet story. Two Texas boys born as conjoined twins are finally leaving the hospital. Owen and Emmett Ezell were successfully separated in a very risky surgery in Dallas last August. Doctors say they're now breathing on their own. They're eating with the help of a feeding tube, and look at a cutie pie. The next step for them is a rehab facility, and their parents are going to learn how to care for them. Now, some loose hogs are causing some problems in a town in Illinois. Look at this. Can you imagine being that guy? I mean, terrifying, really. The hogs belong to a farmer who apparently keeps them on his free-range farm, but police have gotten about 10 complaints just since December. They're showing up at gas stations, at Applebee's, you name it, they're there. Now, very important story to talk to you about this morning. We've got new video of Al-Qaeda, and it shows what looks like the largest and most dangerous gathering of Al-Qaeda in years. Now, either the CIA and the Pentagon didn't know about it, or they couldn't maybe get a drone there in time to strike. This video shows that high-ranking leader of Al-Qaeda greeting about 100 fighters right out in the open. And folks, that is a very bold move. At 4, a 22-year-old man has died after falling from the balcony of a Myrtle Beach motel. Autopsy results show Justin Smith from New York died after falling from the 7th floor of the Windsurfer Motel on North Ocean Boulevard. Now, Smith was found on the ground near the hotel pool around midnight last night. Authorities are still investigating, but folks, they do not suspect foul play there. A lot of men in the Midlands are icing their feet today, but I tell you what, that pain definitely worth it. Walk a mile in her shoes had men, women, children, even some pets just strutting their stuff in heels. And to mark National High Five Day, yes, I'm giving you air five right now, hundreds of Minnesotans, they gathered with the goal of setting this new world record for the most high fives in just 1 minute.
Heather has the details of a brand new study, but Heather, we're not talking about your typical cat nap here, are we?
Oh, definitely not, David. Yeah, these researchers at Cambridge University found there is nothing wrong with an occasional nap in the afternoon, but if you are always tired and you need to sleep for long periods of time during the day, it actually may be a sign of some larger health issues. Well, Clemson was quick to replenish its depth at quarterback just a few days after dismissing QB Chad Kelly from the team. The Tigers pick up a big-time recruit, landing the state's #1 quarterback prospect for the class of 2015. Yeah, Renz Kelly Bryan committed to play football for the Tigers.
100% chance of rain tomorrow.
I see it. I see your tie. We're trying to bring out the spring, the happiness, the Easter. And it's to no avail, unfortunately.
It's not going to work. I should have worn my tie with the umbrellas, but I'm trying to stay positive here this Friday afternoon.
We're being optimistic here as much as we can. All right, Jamie, thank you for the depressing news. Appreciate that. All right, folks, right now, 417. Imagine this, driving off the cliff, landing 80 feet below, and being able to walk away to tell the tale.
We have brand new details on the beach tent bans across the Grand Strand.
Hard to believe those new rules about to go into effect. And WMBF News reporter Alex Holly is live with what we can expect the very next time we go to the beach. Good morning. Hey, today, April 15th, you know what that means? It is tax day.
Yeehaw. Hey, if you haven't filed, you are running out of time. But
Horry County is working to lure a major brewery to the area. And new today, a bill just introduced in Columbia would make it it easier to attract stone brewing, and here's why. Following an FBI investigation, a North Carolina Sheriff's Office deputy has been indicted on federal weapons charges. Tony Riley has been charged with 2 counts of selling a firearm to someone who legally cannot own one. And Riley was arrested and arraigned on those charges yesterday in Berkeley County. He faces a $250,000 fine as well as 10 years in prison on each count. The police chief in Latta is out of a job this morning. A council member tells WMBF News that the mayor fired Chief Crystal Moore yesterday. She became the department's first female chief 2 years ago. The mayor says Moore was reprimanded for running unauthorized background checks and failing to maintain order at council meetings, among some other issues. Moore has worked for the department for 25 years. This morning, we now know the name of the man whose body was found just off of Highway 501 near Latta. The Dillon County coroner tells us they found the body of 64-year-old John King on Ebenezer Road yesterday evening. Now, King is a local of Latta. His autopsy is scheduled for today to determine how he died. A former teacher in the PD will spend 2 years behind bars. Carol Ann Ho pleaded guilty to 3 charges of second-degree criminal sexual conduct with a minor. She was arrested and charged back in 2011. This after investigators say she had sex with a 14-year-old student at a home in Hartsville, at a hotel in Horry County, and a car in Chesterfield County. Now, when her time's up in prison, she's going to have to register as a sex offender, and she'll be under probation for 5 years.
An emotional week in Boston continued as the community, of course, gathered to honor and remember MIT police officer Sean Collier. He died trying to stop the alleged marathon bomber a year ago today.
And of course, as they remember, the city and officers are also preparing for this year's race. It's coming up. Jake Gray has the story tonight from Boston. Today marks 4 months since Heather Elvis was reported missing. Last seen on December 17th, the search for the 20-year-old has just launched an aggressive investigation, landing a local couple behind bars accused of kidnapping and murdering her. Today, she has still not been found, but the community is still remembering her. And Stephanie Robusto is at Peachtree Landing, where people gathered in her honor.